Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope everyone's doing well. I will just give it a minute or two to see if anyone could join us today live. If not, I actually wanted to stream today to talk about how exactly you should be preparing for the IELTS exam, what steps you should take, where to begin. That's the most important thing. I think we get so overwhelmed with preparing for the IELTS exam because there's so much information out there to prepare for the IELTS exam. So I wanted to help you figure out an action plan that will guide you to what you should be concentrating on every single day when you are preparing for the IELTS exam. I want you to know that preparing for the exam is not easy at all. So you need to make sure that you have some sort of routine, some sort of schedule to follow, to know exactly what material you are studying, what material to study, and not only depend on mock tests. Mock tests are just one way of preparing for the IELTS exam, but there's so many other ways you can prepare. And I want you to realize that the first and foremost thing is to first identify your weak points. You need to be able to, number one, first be familiar with the IELTS exam. You need to know about the different sections of the IELTS exam, like what to expect from reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Well, even before that, you need to know, are you taking the IELTS academic exam or the general exam? Once you identify what exam type you are taking, then you need to become familiar with the question types in each section, because each section has so many different question types you may see. And the thing is, like, for example, in reading, there's 11 different question types, and you won't be given all the question types. You may be given two or three. And some question types, uh, the questions go in order, meaning in IELTS reading, the question types go in order. So you will find the question to number the answer to question one in passage one, and the answer to question two in passage two. So you need to make sure you know what question types go in order and which ones do not, because you don't want to be wasting your time on exam day. So these are certain things you need to pinpoint, certain weaknesses you need to pinpoint before you actually before you start preparing for the exam. The reason why is because you need to concentrate fully on that particular part, uh, more than any other part when you are studying for the IELTS exam. So these are certain things I want to help you with. I am offering 1 hour free consultation calls to help you identify your weak points, to come up with an action plan for the IELTS exam. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure you check my description box down below, because I have a direct link to Calendly calendar where you are able to book a call that's completely free with me. We'll go through some questions step by step, uh, to just get to know you, to get to know your English language journey, how you learned English, if you've ever taken the exam, if so, what parts you found challenging, and things with along these lines. You need to make sure you identify these things before just jumping into studying for the exam, because, like I said, you don't want to be wasting your time. Everyone's time is precious. You need to have a goal in mind in order to work towards it. That's what life is about. We can't just dive in and start studying not knowing where our weaknesses. For example, maybe if your weakness is in IELTS writing, the essay question writing task 2, and you're not too comfortable with writing essays, too confident with writing essays, then maybe what you want to do is you want to break down how to write an essay. Maybe one day you are going to concentrate. Hello, Saeed. Walaikum assalam. Maybe one day you want to concentrate on how exactly you are going to outline your essay. How are you, Saeed? Where are you joining us from today? And I'm just talking about, oh, very nice. Thank you for joining us on this live. I'm just discussing how exactly you can prepare for the IELTS exam and what steps you need to take to identify your weak point, to become familiar with the exam first. Of course, you want to make sure you know what to expect and from the exam, and then you need to identify your weak point so then that way you concentrate on it. Saeed, have you ever taken the IELTS exam? Oh, and is it writing task 1 or task 2? Yes, the writing could be quite challenging, I know. Task 2, yes. What essay type do you find the most challenging, or question type? Agree, disagree, double question? Do you know what is it, just all essays in general you find challenging, or is there a particular one that's you find challenging? And that's the discussion. Yes, I know. To what extent? And that's the thing, Saeed. That's what I was saying is when you know you are weak at IELTS writing task 2, for example, you need to come up with an action plan of how exactly you're going to improve in IELTS writing task 2. Every day you need to, you need to break down how you're going to learn IELTS writing task 2 within days. So I'm actually offering a 1 hour free call right now. Actually, if you have some time to hop on a call with me, I can help you break this down of how exactly you should be preparing to write IELTS. Oh, you booked. Okay. For what day? I don't see you in my Calendly. So I want to make sure I can help you. Because I know IELTS writing test 2, it's a quite long task of 250 words. So you want to make sure that you know exactly what to do on. Okay. Okay, that's great that you booked January. Oh, yes, as Shireen Saeed. Okay, great. Yes, I see your name. So I want, so I will definitely help you that day, uh, just to break it down, just to ensure that you know what to do every day. But like I said, you need to have a plan in place, an action plan in place on how you're going to improve on these certain sections of the IELTS exam. You can't just dive right into studying for the exam without having any action plan. I mean, I have a 30-day IELTS schedule that you can follow, but maybe you're good at reading, maybe you're good at listening, but just your writing needs some improvement. So you want to make sure you adjust that study plan that I've created. I will be sending you that on the 21st, 24th after our call, but you just want to make sure that you concentrate fully on the writing task 2 section. Oh, that's amazing, Saeed. That's awesome. So you want to make sure that you have the action plan in place. And this is what I want to help you with. And Saeed, are you taking the general or academic exam? Academic, yes. So the academic, as we know, is a bit more challenging than this general examination, but definitely I think you can improve your scores to get the desired score you do want. So I'm willing to help you on that call. Just stay consistent in what you're doing, and I really think you could succeed. It just takes practice. As we all know, practice makes perfect. So I highly recommend you to attend that call on the 24th with me, and we'll work our way through it. But if you have any questions currently today, let me know. I'm willing to help you. As I said, the best way is to have an action plan, to know your weak points, to identify them. And Saeed, how many times have you taken the IELTS exam? Twice. Okay. Well, that's okay. There'll be a third time and no other time for sure. So we will definitely work towards that. And so you said in speaking, what did you get in speaking? Six. Do you remember what type of questions you got in speaking? And which area of speaking do you find the most challenging? Part one, two, three? Because I know part three, yeah, yeah. That I know part three could the questions could jump around and vary so much, so it is quite challenging. Part three, I know students usually find part two and part three challenging. Do you remember what type of questions you were asked in part three? I am working on editing some videos. My editor is currently editing related to transportation. Okay, because I know some students reported that they got some questions asked about flowers and barbecuing season. And these could be quite challenging, but I actually have recorded some videos on recent 2023 questions that were asked. But transportation, I'd like to know what type of questions. Do you remember the exact questions, or was it about public transportation? Public transportation. Okay, like if your hometown has public transportation and something along these lines, I'm assuming. But definitely we can work toward improving your IELTS speaking band for sure, and your writing. I actually if you have a challenging time with IELTS writing tests too, I have lots. You need like the first tip I have for you while we're here is that you need to know the exact format of that essay you have the most challenging time with. You said discussion, and to what extent. So there's certain essay structures. You need to know, you need to identify which one to follow, and you need to make sure you write your essay in that exact format, like what to write in paragraph one, paragraph two, paragraph three, because the first thing that IELTS examiner will mark you on is how clear and concise your essay is. And if he has a challenging time going through your essay, trust me, you will get about a low band. So if that's something you need a difficult time with, I've actually created an IELTS writing task 2 template booklet that I will be adding the link to. And if you purchase this booklet, actually, you will be given all the essay structures, essay templates for all the 7 different essay types you may get. And so, this essay template booklet actually goes into detail of what to include in paragraph 1, paragraph 2. And it goes so much into detail that it will actually break down what you should include in sentence 1 in paragraph 1, sentence 2 in paragraph 1, so on and so forth, from the beginning to the end for every single essay type. So if this is something you are interested in, the IELTS Writing Task 2 booklet, I could send you the link. And yes, I find difficulty in idea generation. Yes, I know. And that's why even my booklet has a part for brainstorming and how exactly you should brainstorm ideas for the essay, because I know this is the most challenging, but you only need to be spending only literally 1 minute to come up with ideas for your essay. So if this is something you can do and your brainstorming is in the proper order, then you won't be having to think while you are writing your essay. And time management is so important in IELTS writing task 2, because remember, you only have 40 minutes to write the entire essay. So it's important that you're able to manage your time in task 2 section. So this booklet actually will teach you that. I have so many videos, and in if you check out my different playlists for in my YouTube channel, you'll find the playlist under my channel, and you will see all the videos for IELTS writing task 2. If you don't want to purchase this booklet, you will actually find it right in the IELTS writing task 2 playlist. Check it out. I really think it will help you, Saeed. Thank you so much, Shania. Well, thank you for joining me. Walaikum assalam. How are you, Shania? Where are you joining us from? Yes, I'm trying to do more lives like this. This is one of my New Year's resolutions for 2023, because I feel like I don't go on live as often as I should. And I really want to help you all succeed in your IELTS exam. Shania, have you taken the IELTS exam? You're joining us from India. Thank you so much for joining us today. I know that a lot of students are currently taking the exam from India. I'd like to know which exam you are taking, or you have to take academic, general. And because this is last time I got 5.5. Okay, that's okay. It's you know what? Sometimes it's good that you take the exam once, you become familiar with it, you learn about the format of the exam, and then after that, you prepare for the next time. Shania, I'm currently offering 1 hour free consultation calls with myself. And what I do for this 1 hour call is I get to know you, I get to know what exactly your weaknesses in the IELTS exam, and then we come up with an action plan together. We come up with an action plan together of how you can improve your IELTS exam mark. I was just getting the link. I'm gonna pin this if you are interested in. Okay, if you are interested in booking that call with me, click this link, Shania, and I will definitely help you come up with an action plan of what you need to improve on, where your weaknesses are, what are your weak points in IELTS, on your IELTS exam. This is the first important thing that you need to identify before you start studying for the exam. February 4th is right around the corner. That's in like 2 weeks, I think, 2 to 3 weeks. So I hope that you are preparing for your exam currently, and I hope that you are finding ways to improve your English. I think it's so important that we establish certain habits. Is only in reducing. Did you mean uh in like managing your time, Shania, or? And I think it's so important, as I was mentioning, that uh you identify your weak points, Shania, and you establish certain habits to to improve your English every day, like maybe listening to a podcast, or reading articles. No, ma'am, Marks. Okay, so you are trying to increase your band scores, and this is something you can do. It's with practice makes perfect. uh that's okay. As I mentioned, it's good that you've taken the exam once. You've become familiar with it. You know what to expect. And what sections do you have the most challenging time with, Shania? Reading, writing, listening, speaking? Reading. Okay, yes. I know reading could be quite challenging, especially managing your time. I know a lot of students have a hard time managing the time between finding the answers, knowing if you should be reading that passage word for word. Shania, make sure you check out my playlists on this channel. And if you want to book a meeting with me, it's completely free. We will talk about everything in detail. I prefer to for you to book a meeting just so I could give you one-on-one attention, and we could look at everything, dissect your most weakest points, and come up with an action plan for you. I've pinned the link down in the chat box, Calendly. So make sure you book, because I just opened my next week's bookings last night, and they're already getting full. So if you'd like to meet, let me know, and we'll definitely talk about it. So, as I mentioned, for the reading, just one tip before I let you go is for the reading section, you don't have time to read the passage word for word. You you need to find tips and tricks on how you can locate the answer fast, like go straight to the question bank, look at the questions, maybe highlight certain keywords that you think will help identify the question, and go from there. And this will definitely help you, Shania. And I hope the best for you for February 4th. Make sure you book a meeting with me, and we'll go into detail more. Yes, yes, I know. I know it's literally in 2 weeks. That's a bit overwhelming. So make sure, if you want to book a meeting with me, I think I have one availability tomorrow. A student just canceled. So if you are in a rush and you want to meet before the weekend, then book a meeting with me tomorrow if you could. I have another meeting now with another student in 20 minutes. So unfortunately, I'm not free today, but I really want to help you. And if you're not available tomorrow, like I said, have a look at my IELTS reading playlists on this YouTube channel. Just hit the playlist tabs, and I've included so many free resources, online tools, videos of me talking about strategies on how you can locate the answer fast in IELTS reading. So Shania, I really hope I see your name pop up on my calendar, guys. I think I'm gonna get going now because I have another meeting. I wish you guys well, and I will see you guys soon on another live. Hopefully tomorrow. Take care, guys. Bye for now.